he sort of comes up with his furs. And I have to fend him off with straighteners.
A great weapon.
Yeah.
Now, your humour is surreal.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I suppose so.
Don't shy away from it.
Well, okay. I'll embrace it then.
There are no limitations to the places you can go.
Mm.
Is that sometimes a stressful situation to be in when you're sat there with your blank piece of paper and your pen? We could go anywhere. Oh, but we can't think of anywhere to go.
It's not very paralysing, is it? We always start off somewhere quite mundane and then within 5 minutes we're under the ocean fighting a sort of funky merman or something.
And do you find it's important to start somewhere normal, because otherwise it's just nonsense?
Well, we started off in Dalston, didn't we, in a flat?
Right.
to ground it. Keeping it real. For you.
Did you, because you talk about, all the references are like, not all of them, like sometimes you'll talk about a woodland creature or something, or a biscuit of some sort. Do you ever think, oh, it'd be funny to say this woodland creature, but damn, we've said it already on page 2. Oh,
we do actually. That's true. We do that. Yeah. Occasionally we come up with the same word, and we have to sort of change it. Otherwise, it sounds like you're
being lazy. Yeah. You can't have 4 chaffinches in a show.
Yeah. No. So let's say on page 2 you've got a badger eating a hobnob.
Yeah.
Then what? And you've got the same joke later. But what would you change it to?
It'd have to be a Jaffa cake later on.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But still a badger?
No.
What then?
A bandicoot.
A bandicoot. That's funny. Badger's kind of done it. Badger's a bit 90s, isn't it?
Yeah. Badgers are not funny.
They were though.
Yeah.
They were.
Harry Hill sort of just did them so much that nobody else could really claim the badger.
Yeah, he claimed the badger.
Yeah, he sucked the badger dry of all its funny
it just looks like a sort of humbug.
Talk me through some of the comedy scenarios in the new series.
Well,
we get trapped on a desert island.
Yeah.
Why?
Make friends with coconuts. Well, we go to make a break for fame and fortune, and we get stranded on
route
on the journey. And
is that based on any sort of a real situation you feel you're in? Do you feel you've got?
It's not based. Nothing in our show is based on any.
It's the reverse, situation. Actually. We were happily living on a desert island and we got stranded and got our own TV show. Can't get out of it.
Tell me how you met, because I have no idea. What was the story?
We met in Hampton Court Maze, didn't we?
Yeah, I was dressed as Jerry Rafferty. And no, we were doing stand-up together. Well, not together, but separately.
Holding
but at
hands, but separately.
the same time in this millennium.
Okay.
In the same time span.
Yeah, and we sort of were... Noel was doing gigs, and I was doing gigs. I heard about this guy who was doing stuff, which sounded interesting. And he sort of came along to one of my gigs, and you should come along to my gigs, and sort of approached me with gifts.
What sort of gift?
Well, I don't know. You gave me syphilis. No, what was it? It was some. What did you used to come along and sort of say? Hi, I do stuff a bit like you, and you should come and see me. And I was like, who's this guy? Who does he think he is? This young upstart.
Yeah, whatever. I was trying to get my break in showbiz.
Yeah.
I thought Julian could help me.
But the first time we ever met, did a gig together, was like I was doing stand-up, and there was a guy who was supposed to be on before me, hadn't turned up, and Noel was there, and I said, well, why don't you do a bit? And he came on and sort of destroyed the room with his... and I was like, oh, great. I had to follow that, so it was a bit of a nightmare. But it was all right. And then from then on, we sort of thought maybe we could work together. I don't know. That was about, 7 years ago?
That's in the 60s, wasn't it?
That was in the late 7s.
But how did you get over your own ego of thinking, I'm funny on my own, I don't need this little creep?
It just worked together quite well. So when
no offence, that was... just putting myself in your head there.
None taken.
You're coming along with gifts of syphilis. I'm imagining you're thinking, who's this guy?
It's sort of like we didn't know whether it'd work when we got together and did our stuff. So we thought it might be
two weirds.
Two weirds might cancel each other out and make something really straight.
Make a mainstream comedy.
Yeah, but actually the two weirds were from a different place, so it worked for some reason. And
how do your weirds differ?
Like Lego.
Yeah.
Well,
only slightly.
Yeah.
Do you want time to think about that one?
No.
So far, is this going better or worse than the Jimmy Carr interview?
This is going...
It was going better.
Oh, is it dipped a bit? Should we play some more music and come back? I had one more question in this. No, I'll lose it. No,
let's do it. Come on.
Tell me about your hair more. No, let's...
Well...
No, I know, I'm just joshing. Let's play some music. I think that's the better thing to do. And then we'll edit all that bit out later. And then we'll... it's live. And then we'll talk about Nathan Barley. You starred in the Nathan Barley programme.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
After the bravery. There you go. That was professional.
You shouldn't have given that away.
it's a tease. It's like, hey, coming up, talking about something else.
They're not coming back. Not after that section.
Okay. We'll be talking about... Go on, what will we talk about then?
We're going to be releasing an owl into the studio.
There we go.
And tracking its flight patterns.
Now they're on Radio 2. Now it's all over. But thank you for the suggestion. Nathan Barley chat. No owl nonsense coming up after the Bravery. The Bravery on XFM. Hurrah. The mighty Boosh are here. Hello.
Hey.
We're braver than the Bravery.
How much braver?
Well, you know, if they were fighting, we could take them on. You think we're braver than the Bravery?
Yeah, definitely. I'd leap over something on a BMX. I don't think any of the Bravery would do that. You know, like Evel Knievel used to leap over buses?
Yeah.
I'd do that on my BMX.
Did he die?
Did he? When?
Dunno.
No, I don't think so.
Did he not die?
Of course he didn't. He's immortal.
He stayed alive. He's leaping over the Bravery in his next stunt.
Now, I trailed the big chat about Nathan Barley. We should do that now. You starred in the Chris Morris, Charlie Brooker sitcom Nathan Barley.
Yes, I did. Let's move on. No, that was good. It was great. I loved it, and I did do that, yes.
Okay.
Good.
I've got some more questions.
I was in it as well.
Was that not it?
You were in it as well.
I was in it,
But
yeah.
you were in like a small part.
So?
Well,
What's your point?
well, Julian had this big leading role.
Sometimes more is less.
Less is more?
Yeah.
Julian had the sort of main lead guy role. You were sort of a bedroom DJ who occasionally popped up and did something.
You watched it then, did
I
you?
watched it,
Yeah, unlike our show. You haven't watched.
I watched the first series. I wasn't aware it had started yet.
Okay.
You should promote more before you release a new... I think you're a band all the time, release an album. Why do you dress so funny?
Because I'm a sexy chimp.
Because you're a sexy chimp, that's why. So what was being directed by Chris Morris like? Tell us about that.
Well, it begins at 6 with a beating. He beats you up before we start filming until you have no sort of defences, and then he gets into your mind and sort of brainwashes you, and you wake up basically at 7 o'clock at night. You don't know what you've done, you don't know where you are.
And he cooks you a nice meal, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he cooks you a meal.
He swings back the other way.
You don't know where you are. It's just a
process of disorientation,
nightmare.
isn't it?
It's like the Ipcress file, you know, when he's in that room. You have to sort of keep jabbing a fork into your palm just to get through it. And
then he dressed up as Bertie Bassett at one point, didn't he?
That was on the last day of the shoot, yeah. But it's good. It was good.
But other
he's
than that,
actually
it was pretty normal, run-of-the-mill director stuff.
Yeah.
Is it difficult though, because you come from doing your own show, to then go and work as hired actors on another person's comedy project? Is that quite do you have to find yourself becoming quite submissive? Do you have to not get so involved?
Yeah,